Hello everyone, and in this video we are going to continue working with the quiz, and so in this one we're going to work with the views. So I I realized that we're not going to use the new answer form. Let's just get rid of that one and let's save. Yeah, we're not going to work with the answer form. So let's go really quick and go to quiz views, and actually we can go to page views and just get all of these things, paste it here. Let's import quiz forms. Let's import the new quiz form and the new question form. Okay, now let's import the models. Answer, question, quizzes, the attempter, and the attempt. Okay, we got all we need so far. Um Also let's import from module. Let's import module. Okay. Um okay, let's start creating our new quiz, right? So new quiz, like a request and a module ID, right? Because remember, it's we get this button working in the module view. So we have to pass the module ID here to add it to the module. So let's go to page. Oops, okay, page here. Let's copy this one, paste it here. User request you that user. Okay, that's the module. Now if request method equals post, then form with new quiz form, right? Here we pass post, then if form that is valid, right? Our typical check here. So title will be form clean data get title. Let me check. And then description. Okay, we got description. Now we did do. And then allow attempt. Okay, we got allow attempts, and then time limit minutes. Okay, so time limits minutes. Okay, now that we got that, we can just create here the quizzes that up, oops, objects create, and then here we just pass, oops, do allow attempts. So we pass here the fields with the data we just got from our form. Okay, then is that a, let me check. Okay, after we create the quiz, let's assign the quiz to the module here. So let's call the module that we just got here, okay? And then quizzes add, remember that in the module, we added the quizzes. So we add the quiz here, okay? And we just save, okay? Then we return to, so after we create a quiz, we're going to return the user to new question. This is a new URL that we don't have, and we have to create it. Basically, after we create a new quiz, we're going to send the user to the new question page where he can start creating the questions for the quiz. Sorry. And then here we just pass the quiz ID, and here we just got the quiz, right? And then we just pass the ID, right? Because we're redirecting to the same like quiz. Okay. Okay, now here, like else form, new quiz form. Okay. Contest, and then we just pass the form. Just like that. Okay, and then here we just render as the request. And then here, remember, we don't have the template, we have to create it later. But let's just name it like new quiz.html, right? And then here, the context. Okay. This one is just for the new quiz. Now let's work with the new question. Okay. New question. Request, and it will take the quiz ID. Remember that we passed the quiz ID here. So we pass the quiz ID. Let's get the quiz. Let's copy this one. Quizzes, and then quiz ID. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now if request method equals post, we're doing the same thing here. So we're going to create a form. That will be new question form request post. Okay. If form is valid, same thing. So for new question, we get question test will be form that clean data get question test. Okay. Then let me check. Okay, the point. Let's copy this whole thing. Points. Okay, so now so for the when we have a question, we'll have a form with like a top question, for example, like this will be the question. La, 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 la. And then we will have like multiple answers. Let's say 4, right? Answer 1, answer 2, and then answer 3, and then answer 4, right? So each one of these answers, we will indicate if this question is correct or not. Is correct, no, or yes. So for each one of these answers, we will have like if this question is correct or not. So we'll have that in the in the templates in the form. So what we need to do, we need to get all these answers and all these basically like Boolean fields or like Boolean values if it's correct or not. So let's put answer test will be request that post that get list, because we're getting a list of, because we're getting like multiples like answers. That's why we create like a list with all the answers. And then here we put an answer. Okay. Remember, and also we're getting a list of like it's correct. Let me just copy this whole thing. Okay. So so now let's create a question. The question, right? It's question object. So question that objects that create, and then check quiz models question. Question test will be question test um, or for the answer, remember it's a many to many field, and this we're going to create these objects, but we put the question, we put the user, and we put the points. Okay, those are the fields left. Okay, so after we put these ones, we need to add the answers. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a iterator tool called like zip, right? This built-in function, basically what it does, it takes two lists or dictionary. For example, like you have A and B dictionary, right? With these values. 4 and 5. It will return a tuple. Remember, it will return a tuple putting these ones together. So the first one would be 1 and 4, right? And then 3 and 5. it will return that way. That's how it works. It takes two lists and basically like pair it together, like, but according to its index. Of course, the index 0 will be with the index 0. The index 1 will be with the index 1, kind of like that. That's how basically it works. And let's go here. So let's create for A and C in, now we call the zip function. And what are those two lists? Of course, the answer test and the is correct test. Sorry, is correct list. Those two lists. Here we're putting it together, and then basically here we're iterating over the the first for answers and for correct. That's how I basically like put A and C, so you kind of like see the difference, right? So now we're going to create like the answers objects. So let's put answer will be answer dot object that create, and if you go to answer, okay, so we have the test and if it's correct. Okay. So here question will be let me see. Mm. Oh no, because that's for the okay. Okay, so we pass here answers. So we pass the answer test, of course. Let me check. I got like, oh, what's going on? Okay, so answer test will be A, that's the answer test. No answer test here. Remember, it's E, and is correct will be C. Okay. And then we pass user will be user. Okay. I hope this makes sense to you. Basically, what are we doing here? We're just with iterating over these two lists and creating the answer like objects with these ones. Okay, we're here. Okay, I got confused because I thought like we're working with the equation, but now we're working with the. Okay, so after we created the equation, the object is created. What we need to do, we need to assign that answer to the question here. Remember? So we call question, this one that we just created, we call it, and we add answers. Let me see if it's plural. Yes, answers. And then we add those all the answer here. Okay. Basically, we added the answer there. So now we just save question dot save. Okay. So now what we do, we save this question is done with that one for now. So now what we do, we save this question to the new quiz. So quiz that we call here questions dot add, and then we put question. So we're adding the question because it's done. We're done we created the question and we added the answers. So now we add it to the quiz, right? Now we save quiz.save. So now here we redirect the user to where? To a new question, just in case the user wants to create more questions, we redirect the user to the same view, right? We're kind of like looping in this. We're basically like looping in this view until the user thinks it's like, okay, I don't need more questions. Let me go. Okay. So now here, else form will be new question form. Okay. There. Oops. Just like that. So now here, context will be our form. Okay. Perfect. So now we here just render request quiz, and then remember we don't have the template yet, but we will name a new question.html. Then here we just pass the context. Okay. We just created the new question. Now we can just create the, let me see, let's create the quiz detail, right? So we can like see. So quiz detail. So like a request, and we'll take the quiz ID. Okay. User request user. Quiz will be, let's just copy the whole thing. Okay. Let's create a variable called like my attempts, because in that view, sorry, in that template, we're going to show the basically like our attempts to pass that quiz. Okay. So here we call attempter, right? Dot objects dot filter, and then quiz will be quiz, and of course user will be user. Okay. And here context, here we pass the quiz, of course, and we pass my attempts, and then we return render request quiz, and then we put quiz detail.html, and then we pass the context. Okay. What else? Let's create a new view. Let's call it take quiz. And this view will be after, for example, like we're in the quiz detail, and then we click the take quiz button. It will show the basically when we are like taking the quiz, right? We're in the quiz page type of thing. So here we basically what we need is that's the only thing that we need. Oops. Quiz ID. Okay. Okay. Here. We don't need that one. And then here, let's put take quiz, the HTML. Okay. So we are missing some views, but we're going to stop this video here, and in the next video we're going to finish with the other views and probably the URLs. Okay, this is it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.